Good day to our viewers and listeners. Welcome to another exciting episode of our podcast hosted by Sihle Tuta, my colleague, and myself, Terence Hove. We thank you for following us, for liking the pages, tuning in to every single episode that is aired on the different platforms. And thank you for liking, for commenting. And don't forget to follow us on the different pages if you haven't yet. But to everyone else that has, thank you so much. We appreciate the love and we see all the love. And Sihle, good day, my mate. How are you doing today?
I'm good on yourself, Terence. How are you doing?
No, very good, thanks. It's been an exhausting couple of weeks for us. We've been on the road quite a bit.
Yeah, indeed. We've been all over the show. I've been attending expos, attending partner seminars across the region. It's been a good one, man.
It's been a good one, eh? Yeah, and I think one of the big highlights has been the recent Smart Vision Summit that was held in Cape Town that we took part in, and we were one of the key sponsors, if not the main sponsor, to be honest.
We were one of the big sponsors.
The big sponsors,
I think, a title sponsor was another broker.
Okay.
Who were the biggest sponsor.
Yeah.
But surprisingly, with all these events, all the big expos that we attend, even if we're not the main sponsor or the title sponsor, the one thing to note that's always surprising is that the Exness stand always attracts the biggest crowd.
Wow.
I don't know what it is, whether it's how nice the stand is built or is it the team?
Yes.
But I think this is now a third occasion where I've noticed this, where we attend an expo, where we are not the biggest sponsor. Yeah. And our stand is not even the biggest, but it attracts the biggest crowd.
The biggest crowd.
And Smart Vision event was no exception to that rule, so to speak.
Yes.
But it was a lovely experience, man. It was nice being there. It was actually quite refreshing to present to a new audience.
Yes.
Because we do more of our events in Johannesburg compared to Cape Town.
Mm-hmm.
So the Cape Town crowd is usually sort of different from a demographic perspective. So it was nice to, participate in that panel discussion alongside some of our competitors, and to do the presentation. So I presented on how to identify and avoid scams in the Forex market. And that's obviously a separate topic altogether. But yeah, man, it was a great experience. I think Smart Vision is originally from Egypt, if I'm not mistaken. They do their expos in Dubai and the Middle East and that part of the world. So it was their first one in Africa that they did in Cape Town. And they did it exceptionally well. So we definitely look forward to having or engaging with them and attending the another one next year in 2025.
Wow, yeah.
Which they said they're gonna look into planning early.
Yes.
Just to ensure that everything runs, smoothly.
Smoothly. Yeah. I mean, it's fantastic. You've mentioned, how we're pulling such a massive crowd. I think it speaks to what the brand means, in the market. And it speaks a lot of volume, as you mentioned, about the team as well, our different colleagues who are handling the different functions and responsibilities across the region. And we had a pleasure of having some of them from the different countries join us in Cape Town. And like yourself, I also took part in the panel discussions and presented on, the market outlook for the rest of the year and how markets have been in general, But yeah, Sihle, with the industry years of experience that you've had, I mean, you've seen a lot of brokers come and go, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I mean, you're a big voice, you're a well-respected voice within the industry. And, it speaks to one of the key topics you spoke about, identifying fraudsters and, systems and you can put in place to safeguard your investments from that. And the panel discussions that you also took part in. And what would you say was the crowd's reaction, the audience? Were they very receptive in terms of appreciating the guidance that you were giving, especially the type of questions that they asked at this particular summit?
I mean, of course, especially because a good fraction or a good percentage of the audience was young people, right? And I think, I always believe that it's very disingenuous to have a seminar or an expo like this, or an event like that, where there's a lot of people who are interested in the industry, in trading, and not cover the stuff about how to identify and avoid forex scams, because they're there. So I think it was eye-popping, and I think the guys really found it interesting that an industry as big as this will obviously have pockets of people who want to sort of, separate people from their hard-earned money. It's a reality that we have to face, because some people are in this industry for all the wrong reasons. They don't want to do the work in terms of earning their fair share of the money through partnership and introducing clients or affiliation or partaking in trading itself. They just want to rob people of their hard-earned money. So I think the guys really did appreciate what we had to say. You saw this by the questions that followed after that, and the type of questions that they were asking. It's obviously almost impossible to be 100% vigilant, because you don't know who's around you and you don't know who the people who are in the entire ecosystem and why they're there. But if you basically follow all the protocols, and if you're really careful, like as an example, if you're going to be trading, the first thing you want to do to protect yourself and your money is to ensure that you're trading with a regulated broker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we've covered this before in previous episodes. And also, once a broker is putting you under pressure, or someone or some investment manager is putting you under pressure to invest, they're really rushing you.
Yeah.
That's why you need to take a few steps back.
It's a red flag. Yeah.
It's definitely a red flag.
Yeah.
Another one, if somebody promises you returns that are too good to be true, you know the whole saying, if something is too good to be true,
yes,
it probably is.
Yes.
So once, how to think about this? Look at all the, sort of the investment banks, all the licensed money managers, all the hedge funds. Look at how much money they sort of, earn as an ROI per year. Right? These are companies who employ educated people who have, sophisticated systems. They can do research. They can do some educated forecasting on the markets. If at most these funds and the banks return anything from 8 to 12% per annum, right? And somebody comes out of nowhere and they promise you that you're going to consistently earn 20% a month. That's where you need to take a step back and say, okay, so what do you know that all these smart people who went to all these fancy schools to study investments, to study the economy, don't know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need to think about it very hard, because that's a very quick way to part ways with your money.
Right.
We know that trading, you can make money with trading.
Yeah.
And you can make a lot of it. But also, we need to tell the other side, which is that trading is a double-edged sword. Cuts from both sides. You can lose a lot of money.
Right.
Also.
Right.
So, So that was what we discussed. For me, that was the most important sort of topic in our panel discussion at Smart Vision. One thing I do want to say, though, is that I really like the fact that most of these big events are coming to Africa, are coming to SSA. They're coming to South Africa. They're coming to Nigeria. Last year we had Finance Magnets, which hosted the first expo, and it was a success.
Yes.
And now we have Smart Vision, and there are many others. I know there's a crypto one called Crypto Fest, which is going to be happening in October. So it's exciting times. All these expos really give us an opportunity to engage with our clientele, with some of our partners, who visit our stand, who want to have conversations with us, want to ask us questions. And we get to know, what is it exactly that they like about Exness, what is it that they appreciate, and they, give us recommendations of what we need to change, because I think one of the most important things about a company like ours is that we listen to our clients. I think one of the reasons why we are where we are is because we evolve.
Yes.
You know, we respond to change. We respond to requests from our partners, from our clients on what they appreciate as features on our platform.
Yes.
And then we react sort of accordingly.
Yes.
So attending events like Smart Vision is very important.
It's very important
for that reason. Yeah.
And you know, as a brand, I mean, we've grown exponentially, and we're continuing to grow exponentially. And I mean, one of the things we'll speak of at our next episode is you know, Born to Trade. You know, with regards to that big campaign that we've rolled out globally, not just regionally, but globally. And looking at what the summit has done, because this year it's been Smart Vision for us, and we had Finance Magnets again earlier this year. And what would you say the biggest difference with the Smart Vision audience was with the Finance Magnets audience? Would you say they were comparable, or there were noticeable differences?
So I think Finance Magnets is a larger entity altogether. I think they've been doing these expos longer.
Right.
I think they have more experience in this particular industry, which is CFDs and Forex. They've hosted more events, and I think their target market is wider, right? In that it's not just retail traders. They also focus on partners, on partnership, the IB model. They focus on affiliates. They focus on influencers. They focus on payment systems. So their audience is much wider as opposed to Smart Vision. Like if you look at the audience at the Smart Vision event in Cape Town, I think majority of the audience was retail traders.
Right.
I'm not particularly sure if that was by design, if that's what they set out to do.
Right.
But majority of the delegates was retail traders.
Right.
It was obviously their first one on the continent.
Right.
Perhaps they're going to sort of widen their net in terms of who they target. Because even if you look at the number of exhibitors that were present at Smart Vision, compared to Finance Magnets, obviously Finance Magnets had more.
Yeah.
I mean, although it was a successful event, but if you compare the magnitude and the size
and the
delegates and the attendees, obviously Finance Magnets, you know, has pulled a bigger crowd.
A bigger crowd, yeah.
But I do believe that in 2025, which is next year, Smart Vision is going to be bigger and better. And it's going to have more players, more exhibitors, more attendees from across the spectrum of the industry.
Yeah. And it's interesting you say that, particularly looking at the positioning of Smart Vision. You know, they chose Cape Town, you know, to launch it. And back to your point, you know, a lot of these sort of summits and expos tend to happen mostly in Johannesburg, but from the Cape Town crowd, there's a massive appetite, you know, and, you know, the quality as well, you know, of the attendees was pretty good as well. You know, we saw some of our top clients, you know, interacting and engaging us, and it was good to see them in person as well. So, yeah, I also see that Smart Vision the second time around is going to have a much bigger pool in terms of, you know, the audience. And but one thing is for certain is that they attract good quality audience as well.
No, definitely. Definitely. I think that has always been a point of discussion about Johannesburg versus Cape Town.
Yes.
So Joburg obviously has the numbers.
Right.
Most events or most expos or seminars will attract a bigger audience in Johannesburg because Johannesburg is the economic hub of the continent. From a retail trader perspective and from a commercial partner sort of affiliate perspective. But the argument has always been presented that Cape Town offers more quality, right? Quality versus quantity. Now, to put that into perspective, it means in Cape Town, you're likely to get a higher average deposit as compared to Johannesburg.
Oh, wow.
Johannesburg, you'll get a lot of people depositing, for the sake of the example, let's say, I don't know, $500, right? If we were running a campaign of client acquisition. But Cape Town, the argument is you'll get fewer, but bigger deposits.
Bigger deposits.
Quality versus quantity. So depending on the the objectives of the organizers of a particular expo, and what really they want to accomplish, it will really shape their decision whether to come to Johannesburg or to go to Cape Town. Cape Town for me is more like a tourist attraction, more of a holiday destination.
Yes.
It's coastal. Johannesburg is more inland.
Yeah.
It's more hustle and the bustle.
Yes.
It's more commerce. It's more doing business. So yeah, it just depends, man. It just depends. And the interesting thing is, so we won an award.
Yes.
At Smart Vision.
Correct.
So if you remember, I think we won double honors.
Yes.
At Smart Vision.
At Finance Magnet.
Sort of Finance Magnet.
Yes.
Smart Vision,
Yes.
Double honors at Finance Magnets.
Yes.
And we also won another award.
Yes.
At Smart Vision, which is best introducing broker program.
Wow. I mean, I couldn't be there for the team picture because I was on a flight to another event with our clients.
But
so that was spectacular.
Nice.
Yes.
That recognition is always good.
Yes.
From the role players in the industry. I mean, there were obviously other winners who won other categories who were, there alongside us. But, it's good. We're collecting these small awards one by one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this award, what does it represent? I mean, what does it speak of, from the title it is? I mean, does it say we are the best? Does it say we offer the best? What would you say, for the audience out there, for them to really understand what it means for us winning this award?
I'm not going to say we are the best. I won't say it.
Yeah.
But let's look at the numbers.
Yeah.
Let's let the numbers do the talking. We are the biggest broker on the planet,
right,
by trading volume.
Yeah.
If you look at the number of active traders we have, over 800,000. The number of partners we have globally, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Our global offices, I think we're north of 7, 8. Our licenses that we have all over the world. I think we are the most regulated broker, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, here in South Africa, we've got the ODP license. The number of people that we employ, north of 2,500. These are, people who, not bots, but actual people who are
doing work,
or who work in an office. So I think winning an award like this comes as no surprise because for me, it's a vote of confidence from the market, from our traders, from our partners, from other industry role players. So whether or not we are the best, I think the evidence is there in the market. If you chat to traders about our trading conditions and why they like trading with Exness. I mean, recently, we have cut our spreads on gold by 20%.
That's significant.
Yeah, making us arguably the most cost-efficient broker to trade with when you trade in gold.
Yeah, that's quite competitive.
Our commission structure, what we share with our IBs, I mean, you can earn up to 40% in spread revenue share, which we give back to you as a partner if you introduce your clients and traffic to us.
Yeah.
And also on the affiliation side. I mean, so the evidence is there.
Yeah.
I think without me saying whether or not we're the best, I mean, our viewers can go and do their own research.
Yes,
and look at the numbers and do a comparison.
Yeah.
Compare us with our competitors, our second or third biggest in the line in terms of size and influence.
Yeah.
And see how much we fare in all these important aspects that matter to retail traders.
Yeah. Wow. And I think, this is an opportunity as well, to also thank, our colleagues, because they've been a very big driving force, the main driving force, in terms of, where we are.
Yeah.
In particular, if we look at our SSA region as well, the amount of effort and relationships, that have really kept the clients, at Exness. We've got great infrastructure, we've got great trading conditions, great offerings and, excellent client service, and that's an intangible, big plus that often goes unnoticed. But, that's been very big for us, especially in doing business in Africa, where relationships are really, the big driver of business, And so it's a big, kudos to the team to continue doing what we're doing, and looking forward to the last quarter, this last quarter of the year, and what 2025 would look like, as we prepare for that time.
Yeah.
So you can just pick up from looking forward to the last quarter. Oh, okay. So looking forward to the last quarter of 2024, which hopefully will position us strongly to kick off 2025, quite strongly as well.
Definitely, Terence. I think this last quarter of the year is going to be interesting because it's when we're going to see the results of the work that we've been putting in throughout the year. So I'm looking forward to it, especially from a commercial point of view,
right?
To see if we're going to maintain or magnify the growth that we've seen throughout the year.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it, and there's some cool stuff that is really coming from Exness for traders in the region.
Wow.
So everybody should just keep their eyes locked on on our socials, to see what's coming.
All right. No, Sihle, thank you. So it's a pleasure. That is my colleague Sihle Tuta, Commercial Director for South Africa, and myself, Terence Hove, Senior Financial Market Strategist at Exness. And we thank you for tuning in. Look out for our next episode. More exciting and engaging information that's going to be coming your way. So remember to like and follow us across all the different social platforms. For now, it's goodbye.
Cheers for now.